see spaceships. You're talking about Pillsbury, and I'm like, I'm looking at spaceships, and I can't find what I'm looking for. We have this.
Hi.
Hello. First impression.
So good. I got it all over my hand.
Good job, Jen.
Since you guys didn't ask us questions, but I'm not salty. It's fine.
Not salty at all. Okay, cars, you can stop. Hello, friends. It is Danny. Today I am joined with
Jen from Jen's Theories.
and Hannah from Post Shy Hannah. Today we are here in Jen's backyard, and we're going to be doing a Preptober NaNoWriMo tag that I've created, and there's dogs in the background. It's fine. We've come up with 10 questions on how we're going to be prepping for NaNoWriMo, which is November, and Preptober is prepping in October. There's an explanation. So basically, I'll ask the questions and then we'll all answer. Question number 1 is, what are you planning on writing for Nano this year? Who wants to go first?
Contemporary mixed with fantasy. Yeah.
I'm doing high fantasy this year. I'm doing LGBT space Peter Pan.
Oh yeah, I'm LGBT too.
Yes. Sorry. Number 2 is, what do you find to be the hardest part about planning for Nano?
Filling in the gaps.
Yeah. Trying to figure out an entire world in less than a month.
I think also for me, a lot of the time it's like I have 1 or 2 characters that I've got really developed, but I find it really difficult to develop lots of characters. And I know I want them to be really fleshed out, even if they're gonna die in the first scene, but there's gonna be like a lot of dying in this book, so it's just really hard to like develop characters that I know are not gonna last very long.
Because I'm doing a retelling, people are telling me to change the names of these characters, and I'm like, but I don't want to. It's like, it's Peter Pan. I want it to be Peter Pan and Wendy and Hook and the Lost Boys, and you know, I'm kind of thinking like, if I change the names, will it still feel like Peter Pan to me?
Yeah.
But I'm also having trouble developing a whole entire space world because I've never had to do that, because as everybody knows, I stick to contemporary. What's your hardest part, Jen? She already said. Did you?
Yeah. Filling in the gaps.
Of what?
Like I'll come up with a part that I think fits really well with my genre, and then I'll come up with another part, but I have no in-between parts.
So you have like beginning, middle, and end, and then the rest is just like, yep, okay.
Yeah.
Number 3 is, what is your favorite part about planning?
Outlining.
No.
So much outlining. I love outlining and worksheets.
That's her, not me. What's yours?
Fleshing out the characters, figuring out who they are, what they like, what they look like, that sort of thing.
What is my favorite part? I think my favorite part is seeing it actually come together and actually being a fully fleshed out idea, rather than just like bits and pieces and characters and a plot that doesn't like have everything together yet. Number 4 is, do you use a structured plot outline with worksheets, or do you word vomit?
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in the obvious camp of outlining and worksheets. Yeah.
I am not an outliner by any means. My outlines are literally just word vomit into one thing called a plot like document, and then I just kind of fill it in as I go, and it's really just kind of like, oh, what if this would happen? What if this happens? But then it normally doesn't happen.
Pretty much.
Yeah. See, Jen's in my boat.
You're crows.
5. What resources do you use when you plan? So like websites.
Sorry,
Jen spotted a crow, it's okay.
I am the raven maker. Crows are my thing.
So what resources do we use to help us plan?
Okay, so I have a bunch of resources, a lot of nonfiction stuff on Celtic, folklore, runes,
Celtic.
Anything from like pirate biographies to like psychology books on different personality traits, and then a lot of like D&D world building books because those are really good for creature and stuff too. Behind the name for different names because it will help you to search by meaning and stuff like that. Seventh Sanctum for generators for things like city names or world names and stuff like that.
What was the question?
Do you have any resources?
Resources?
Like, do you read any books or do you go to any websites to get like help for your stories?
No.
Do you draw from anything like Shadowhunters?
I mean, Shadowhunters is my favorite book series, but it depends on what I'm writing, I guess. Like, because I'm writing dark genre things, I look at Lucifer from Supernatural, Dark Applier, Antisepticeye, that sort of thing.
I have books that I don't really use. Hannah's kindly donated something to my borrowing library about space and all things like planets and spaceships, and that will help a lot. I also kind of draw from the Peter Pan movie right now. There's your crow, Jen. For 6, do we have survival kits for Nano? If so, what are in them? I mean, I can link my survival kit from last year's Nano, which I'll link in the cards doobly-doo. Not much has changed from that.
Music, coffee, sleep aid.
I've got my entire reference library, which is like a shelf of nonfiction and reference books for writing. And then I also really like my Magic 8-Ball. And then I have this set of cards that I found at a used book sale. They're like tarot cards, but they're not.
Oh, is that the fairy
Yeah, the
ones
fairy
that we
ones.
found? Yeah.
So I like using them, and I use tarot sets to kind of like get some story ideas and get answers on stuff, which is kind of fun. I've got the writing cubes, like the dice
The
that
story
have,
cubes?
yeah, the story cubes, that's what they're called. And then lots of Halloween candy. I've got a couple of notebooks that I write in where I do like a story Bible, and then I've also got a NaNoWriMo Bible that's got like all my filled out worksheets in it.
Sale Halloween candy at
Yeah.
that. Do you have a favorite snack while eating? Or do you have a favorite snack while eating? Do you have a favorite snack to eat while writing?
I can't write and eat at the same time. It messes with the flow of things.
Chips. I eat so many chips.
See, and I'm not much of a snacker, but I'm a sucker for cookies and then like candy corn, because candy corn is always on sale at the end of October. So then you buy like 6 boxes and you just eat it all through November. Do you listen to music while writing? If so, what are some of your favorites?
Joe Hisaishi, Yuruma, Amelie, who does covers of anime songs, like soundtracks and stuff, and Megan Davies and Shane Mack.
I mean, since I mostly write fantasy, I look to composers like Adrian von Ziegler, I think his name is, Peter Gundry, Brunville, I don't remember his pronunciation of his, and Peter Crowley, people like them.
What the heck was that? The trees are speaking Latin.
I listen to a lot of like pink music, so the music that kind of fades into the background as I'm writing. Like listening to soundtracks like Beauty and the Beast and musicals, and Dear Evan Hansen has been my life lately. But I think for this Peter Pan story that I'm writing, I'm going to be listening to the 2003 Peter Pan soundtrack, and then anything that relates to, you know, like soundtracks, movie themes that don't actually have words, so I don't get distracted. Do you plan to incorporate this year's theme into your novel? The theme is the superheroes, right?
Yeah.
I definitely think that Peter Pan can be considered a superhero, so I think I finally fit into one of the themes for Nano.
Well, last year's theme was space, so.
Of course I do it a year too late.
I mean, it kind of fits, not like Superman and Spider-Man and Batman type superheroes, but like if evil villains could in a way be superheroes, I guess? Question mark.
I think mine fits in with the whole anti-hero kind of stereotype.
Which still works.
Yeah, it does kind of. Like, with the 2 main protagonists in my story, one of them is pursuing revenge, so that's the reason why they're going up against the antagonist. But like they're also bringing down a corrupt system while they're pursuing revenge, so it's kind of like an anti-hero. And then the other protagonist is a part of that system, and they slowly begin to realize that it's a bad system, but they don't really actively do anything about it. So, like, until they're forced to.
Yeah.
So, not really a hero, but kind of an anti-hero.
Question number 10. Do you think you are going to win NaNoWriMo 2017? I mean, I've won the past 2 years. I mean, the 1 year didn't count, or it said it didn't count. And I won last year with Save the Date, which is now Speak Now, which is being edited. I am hopeful that I will win this year with Space Peter Pan.
You know, I'm working full-time and eyeballing, so, like, I'll be impressed if I win, but at the same time, I'm gonna have a pretty solid outline. So if I just follow that, then I'll get to 50,000 words, but I'm not sure if I'll finish the novel because the novel's gonna be long.
I think the thing is, we really technically win already by writing every day. Whether or not we hit the 50K, it's just kind of an added bonus. Like, you're getting most of your draft out in the first 30 days. I personally won't feel bad if I don't hit the 50K because I'll just be recovering from surgery that month. So, I mean, we've all got our struggles. What's your struggle in November, Jen?
I mean, I hope I'll win. I think everyone who's participating hopes they'll win, but things just sometimes get in the way that you don't plan for. And sometimes, like one day, for example, you'll reach a block and you'll feel like you won't be able to get over that block, and then you just accidentally or on purpose give up. And at the beginning of November you thought you'd win, and then in that moment, like 2 days before the end, you just give up because you can't do it anymore.
It is a huge strain to go through, too.
Yeah.
It's like overwhelming because you feel like you're so pressured to get those 1667 words out that maybe you're not actually writing for the sake of writing the book. You're writing to feel accomplished that you're winning, and then you're not really winning because your book is going to be terrible by the end unless your writing is really good. And then you're going to have so much more work to do because you have to edit everything that you don't like. And if you're writing just to get the words out, then you're not going to like it in the end.
College assignments on words.
And pretty much.
On that happy note, good luck, everybody.
I'm sure these guys will be featured in my Nano vlogs because these guys are in my Nano group, obviously. So they'll be there at the write-ins, and I'm hoping to get to some of them in my wheelchair. Sorry. On that note, Hannah needs to take a nap.
Yeah.
You should be writing.
You really should be writing.
Yeah,
We're
are you
drinking.
watching us?
Exactly. Get prepping.
Preptober.
Get prepping.
Also, follow the lovely people of Preptober. They're lovely.
You can do anything you set your mind to. That is my inspiration.
Except for a Q&A when no one asks you questions. Not that I'm salty.
She's not
Not
salty
salty.
at all.
Anyone got a lime here?
I don't know what my next video is gonna be. It's gonna be pre-filmed, obviously, because this is going up during October, which is pre-film video month. And whatever that next video will be, I will see you guys in that one. Ready? Ready? Ready?
Ready?
Do you know my outro? Do you know how I say bye?
Bye!
Just like,
Thank you for watching my video. Hope that you really enjoyed the show. Subscribe down below and go and read some books.